Good evening, viewers around the world. Welcome to Tom Tips Radio. My name is Ken. On today's episode on replay, we're going to talk about some midweek matches around Europe and around the world. And here with me today is Sports Mogul. I have Mr. Mike on set with me today.
Yes.
So,
Thank you very much.
Mr. Mike, nice having you.
Yeah. It's always good to see you.
Amen. Good to know. So, Mr. Mike, we're going to talk on some important matches that happened during the week. Like you know, there are Champions League and also there are league matches. So first, I want to start with the Champions League. There were matches to Bayern against Lazio. I think that's a match a lot of sports fans have been waiting to see because last time they met, Bayern lost to 1-0, and it was really a dramatic game. So, what's your thoughts on the return leg?
Yes. Thank you very much. It was a beautiful game to see, and I was believing Bayern to come back and to win and to also to qualify, and that was actually what happened there one day, and they had a total dominance of the game. So I'm not really surprised that they actually won. They had more shots on goal, and yes, one of their top players, Harry Kane, was superb. He did great. He scored twice, and eventually the player of the match. So they actually worked very hard, and you can see Bayern had some inconsistencies. So they were looking for an opportunity to prove and to kick back and to make sure that they stay in the Champions League. So they won big 3-0, and that's a very good work that they did. So I was really impressed with their performance, and yeah, kudos to Hurricane for having a wonderful performance and also scoring. So they deserve it. They really worked hard, yeah, and they had a win and then to qualify to the next level of the game.
I see you mentioned Harry Kane. It was really an important match for him because being a striker and being bought that so much amount of money, and in the last game he didn't score, so you could know there was a pressure on him, and for him to score two goals,
Exactly.
that's meant a lot
Yeah.
to him and to Bayern as well. But one thing I'm disappointed in Lazio because in the first leg they really played well. They come all out attacking, and they didn't it's like they're playing like they have nothing to lose. But in the second leg there was like this, they came there to defend. I think that, for me, in my own opinion, I think that's what went wrong in the
Yes.
Lazio team. So
Probably.
what do you have to say on that?
Yeah, probably they thought they could defend that first home win, and yeah, and they didn't actually do well. Like I said, Bayern came back strong. They probably went to the drawing board and saw what went wrong, and they actually worked very hard. The position was 60-40, so you could see that they did not actually work very hard. So Bayern had to carry the at last. So it was such probably they underestimated Bayern since they thought they could have maybe a draw or something. So they were really surprised that they couldn't go further. So Bayern actually did well.
Wow. Well, anyway, congratulations to Bayern. The best team deserves to win, in my own opinion, in football.
Exactly.
And but for Lazio, like I said, I didn't really expect their performance. We will say congratulations to Bayern, and we wish them success in further the competition. They are now in the quarterfinal. So we move to the other game of that Tuesday night. Real Sociedad with PSG. It ended 1-2 in favor of PSG. What's your thought on that match?
Yes, I was really excited to see Imape score twice. Imape is my guy. No matter what it is, he's my guy. To see him score, and if you look at the goals, they were superb. Imape is always on point. When he scores, it's really beautiful and impeccable. You could see that he was really into the game, and he delivered his best. As we know, Imape, he was on top form, and yeah, you could see that he carried the best player of the match. So he won it for them. Yeah, irrespective of the fact that he might leave PSG. He worked so hard to make sure that PSG qualified. So I believe he did a good job, and kudos to him.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
I can see on that match, Mbappe was really flying,
yeah,
and like you rightly stated out, he scored 2 goals on that night for PSG. And also, I could see that that same game, the PSG they had 10 total shots, and the shots on target was 7 out of those 10,
yeah,
and they utilized 2 out of those 7 on target. And for PSG, for Real Sociedad, they have also 14 shot on target,
yeah,
14 shots on goal,
yeah.
and 7 on target.
On target.
And but they could utilize 1.
Yeah.
So you could see the difference between both teams.
Yeah, and Imape made the difference. Though Real so they had the most shot on goal, but with the 10 coming from our PSG, if surely is a part of it is coming from Imape, you can go to sleep and know that at the end of the day, you ask of the of the matches is for our PSG. He's always on point. So if you give him 5, he might score 4. So irrespective of the fact that the Real Sociedad actually scored more, if PSG had only 2 and it's coming from Mappe, then yeah, you are rest assured that it's going to be goal.
That's why I can see Real Madrid is spending such a money to bring him
Yes,
to
yes,
Bernabeu.
yes.
Congratulations to PSG. We'll move on to the other Champions League game on Wednesday night. We have Man City versus Copenhagen and Real Madrid versus Leipzig. First, I will let us to talk on Man City. Of course, we all know the expectation of that match, but just quickly, Mr. Mike, how do you see Man City defending their Champions League this season?
Man City, it's a top office of their game, and they are always sure to deliver, especially when they know that with the league, they are contesting with Arsenal and Liverpool. So they are fighting on both sides. They should win something, either the league or Champions League. So I was expecting my expectation from them was really good, and they met it. They scored prize, and yeah, and you can see that they are really serious about what they are fighting for. And Copenhagen, yeah, they did well. Most of the time that they played against Copenhagen, they also try to score always, and you cannot underrate them. So that was a big win for them, and yeah, uh, most of the shots that they actually did was good, and they had most of the chances, and they dominated the game 69% to 31. So that's let you know that they were ready and prepared, and yeah, they actually delivered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What your take on Man City when defending their Champions League this season? You think they could defend it, or do you think it will slip up their hand
They will
this
sure
season?
defend it. I wouldn't be surprised that they'll go to the finals and win again, because they are still very dangerous, and they are on top gear, so they might defend and win again.
Okay, that's it
Yeah,
about Man City.
yeah.
Thank you, Mike, for giving us your own thoughts on Man City. Let's move on to my team, Real Madrid. Um, the champions of Europe. I call them the champions of Europe. They won the Champions League 14 times. So they are looking for the 15th time. So what you gonna say about Real Madrid this season and
Yes,
the game against Leipzig?
when it
It
comes
was
to
very close, don't you think?
yeah, remember when it comes to Madrid, they have a lot of experience when it comes to playing Champions League. They know how to go about it, and they always impress in the stand. And they have some of the most experienced players, like of Tony Kroos. and also Lucas Modric. So and they have other fantastic players, that you can rest assured that they will score. So uh, uh, as you can see, they worked very hard to make sure that they won, and I was very happy that they actually worked towards winning that game. Though it was a bit competitive, but they came out winning. So that is that was something good to talk about. And mind you, they are looking forward to counter Man City to make sure that they win by the Champions League. I think if I'm not mistaken, they have one of the highest number of winning Champions League as far as the Champions League is concerned. So as for Madrid, they wouldn't have any stone unturned. They work very hard to make sure that they can actually snatch that opportunity back to their camp again. So yeah. So kudos to them, and I wish them well. And I believe that they can perform and be better and better, and get to the finals with Man City. That will be my prediction.
Okay.
I would love to see them play Man City in the finals.
One thing I want to say about this game, because it was a game that I watched closely, it was very um, challenging for Madrid, I would say, because it was Madrid didn't play to expectation. Leipzig was really playing, like we have nothing to lose, and they really pushed Madrid, and yeah, I would say Madrid was just lucky on that night to come out with a draw, because of course the early goal from Vinicius Junior, and it was assisted by Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
So and that's give Madrid the edge because they scored first.
Yeah.
Without that, I think Leipzig would have run away with a victory.
Yeah, like I said, they have a lot of experience when it comes to
Europe.
For them, when the match is not over, they can perform a magic. When the match is not over, Madrid can always win any game, especially with the Champions League, and they have the records there. So Leipzig, yeah, did very well, but they can't surely contend with Real Madrid when it comes to
from the mogul himself, Leipzig, they can only contend with Madrid. So Madrid is the king of Europe.
Yes, sure.
So thank you, Michael. So move on to, well, I want to wish Madrid, success in the quarterfinal, and I wish they come into the final and win the trophy as well as a Madrid fan. But we move on to the Europa Conference League. Our own Ajax, because we are here live from Netherlands, so we cannot but talk of our own football club Ajax. They were in the Europa League on Thursday evening, and with Aston Villa, it was a really also a dramatic game. 2 red card on that match. So, what's your thoughts on that? Ajax Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's Ajax. Ajax has not been on top form lately, and you can see that they are not really performing. They're not really performing as expected of. They have had a very rough season, so I wasn't really impressed that they drew. Though, preferably they could have won their home match, and I know for sure that Aston Villa will beat them when they travel to Aston Villa, because they could have seized the opportunity that they play home, and it is always fantastic that they had the home support, and yeah, the fans are you know are always or chanting, and giving them all the home support for them to win. But the current form of Ajax, it's really unwavering. So for them to draw that match wasn't a big surprise. So if they really want to get to the next stage of the Europa League, they really have to work hard. Like I said, Aston Villa would actually carry the day when they travel to England. So that was very disappointing, and I'm sure that Ajax would improve probably the next season, but for this season, it's not. They have not really been very impressive. No.
Yeah, from the man himself, they're not very impressive. Really, Ajax this season, like I've said also in our previous episode, Ajax was not really the team that we all know Ajax used to be. They were not really impressive, and also I don't know, maybe it's the change of coach because they had three coaches in the space of 1.5 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. Maybe it's affecting the dressing room. But Ajax have not been playing to expectation this season. In my own opinion, Aston Villa would have gone home with the 3 points in Amsterdam Arena, in
Could
Johan
have.
Cruyff Arena.
Could
But
have.
like you can see, it ended in a goalless draw and two red card in that game from both sides.
On both sides. Yeah.
So and for me, it was a match that was really intense, and I would say Ajax also they step up a little bit. But that being said, Aston Villa should have won that game. But I know in England, in Villa Park, it's going to be a tough one for Ajax.
Yeah, it is.
They, re-
It
they,
is.
they need a lot of homework to do to come up with a point
A
in
lot.
Villa Park.
A lot.
So that's it about the midweek games from in Europe. So we are moving on to this weekend games. There are big games in this weekend. Manchester United played, Real Madrid played, also Atletico Madrid. So first, I will quickly go on to Manchester United. What's your take on the game?
Yeah, great. Manchester United was a must win for them. So I was surprised that they won. They lost to Man City last weekend, and they have to come back at Old Trafford, and and uh, to be more precise, they need to work hard to be part of the top four. So actually, for them to win was very crucial, and I was expecting them to win big, and they did 2 goals to nil from. Fernandes and Rashford, and those players were really fantastic. And yeah, I wasn't surprised that they won, and they needed to win to make sure that at least they could push themselves to the top four. So that was a good match to watch, and kudos to the Red Devils that they actually won. Yeah, and also to make the fans happy that actually they didn't have to lose or draw again. So that was a good performance from the Red Devils, and I'm happy that they actually delivered and they won.
Congratulations to Manchester United. At least they give the fans something to smile about this weekend.
Yeah, great.
Quickly, Arsenal. What's your thought on Arsenal? They won, and there is a change on the Premiership table this weekend.
Yes.
So
Arsenal, they are on the winning. They are on the winning souls, and it's winning goals for them. They are really doing well. And for me, I would love to have Arsenal win the league this season. If they could keep the consistency in winning games home and away, they could actually battle out with Man City and Liverpool. And this season, they are really fantastic. They should keep on the consistency, and if they should have every game dominated and win, they could win the Premiership, and it's actually their time. It's actually their time. They tried last season, but somewhere along the line they flopped, and I wouldn't want to see them this time around. So they played at home, and you can tell, yeah, they won, and yeah, Brentford also was also quite impressive. I was expecting Arsenal to win like 3 or 4, but 2-1. I think Brentford also did well. Make sure that they didn't concede mad goals. So Arsenal is really on top form, and I like to watch them play.
congratulations to Arsenal.
Yeah,
And
Arsenal.
now they are on top of the Premier League. So
for sure.
I hope they can take this advantage and run with it. Now they are they have won 8 games in a row. So I think they keep it going, and I think if they keep on this pace, they can win the Premier League.
Sure.
Congratulations to Arsenal. I wish you success. Now we go to Real Madrid and Celta de Vigo.
Yes, it's winning goals, and I can say, uh, like I said before, Madrid is always fun to watch. The players are fantastic, and for every Madrid game that you watch, you expect goals to come. Even if they play that way, they don't just flop. They might have 1 or 2 struggle to score, but they always score in their games. And for them to play at home, you can guarantee that they will deliver, and they need wins at home to make sure that they actually be on top of of the game also to keep winning to make sure that they have a fantastic they have a final clinch of the League Cup, and yeah, I wish them I wish them well, and I believe that they can win the league and also the Champions League. So for every game, Madrid winning is lovely and good to see. Yeah,
Congratulations to Madrid as well. But we will not, before we go, we will not forget to talk about Man City and Liverpool. It ended on a 1-1 draw. I would say it was a tight match for both teams, and because both teams are very playing with cautious, because if any team lose that game, it will be very challenging for them to keep up the pace for the league. But you can see it ended on a 1-1 draw, and I think the both teams share the point.
yeah,
So I think that's it's an advantage for Arsenal.
yeah. That
That's
is a
why
fair.
Arsenal.
That the 1-1 score is a fair score line because the two teams are eager to go up and to chase us now. And yeah, yeah. Liverpool score first, and Man City came
No,
back.
Man City scored first, then
Man City scored,
Liverpool.
right? Okay,
Yeah, then Liverpool came.
so you can see that the there was much tension in the game, and yeah, I wasn't surprised that both teams scored, and I couldn't actually point on who to win the game. I Any team could have won, and for them for both them to score is a fair match result. Yeah,
So,
I was hoping that Liverpool could have won. You know, could have won. But yeah, Man City is also hard to crack, and they do score in their most of their matches that they play. So it's a cool result.
yeah, from the man himself, it's a fair result for both teams, and it's a
Yeah,
cool result.
yeah.
So I want to thank our viewers around the world for watching this episode with us, and we come to you next time with some analysis and some good sports results around the world in football. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, on Instagram as well. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.